Hi guys, take a look at this, my first ever live podcast with a good friend of mine, Benney. Go check him out, he's a cool dude and he does some awesome things. I'll pop his links in the description. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe and enjoy. Let me know what you think.
Collide, sharing stories on the wild ride. Benney Babbles, tune in now. Gonna hear the who, the what, the how. Gifts from every crazy street. Every voice and tale with me.
Right, sorry. I got carried away then with my air guitar. Welcome to the show, everyone. It's Benney Babbles back again. We've had a couple of weeks off, but we are back. And tonight, we have Mr. Hugh Rowlands. How are you, Hugh?
I'm well, thank you very much. How are you?
Good, thanks for coming on the show. I'm very, very good, thanks. The intro is supposed to get everyone sort of up and going like it's.
Yeah, it's a good tune. It's a good tune. I like it.
I don't know if I'm going to stay with it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to stay with it. But yeah, thanks for coming. So Hugh is a good friend of mine. We've known each other now about year and a half, 2 years,
Maybe
year and a
coming
half,
up to 2 years.
maybe
Yeah.
coming up to 2 years. Yeah, and it's been a pleasure meeting. And when I said I was looking for someone to talk to, Hugh said, "I'll talk to you." So I was like, "Right, come on then, come and talk to me. Come and babble with Benney."
Why not today? Why not? I
So,
don't know what to babble about, but I'm up for it.
well, what have you got going on at the moment in life? What's happening? I can see on social media, the old social media place, that you got quite a few projects kicking off at the same time.
Yeah, well, I'm trying. I'm trying to
Well, you're not
change
trying because you're doing it. You're
doing.
doing
Yeah, I'm
it,
doing
yeah.
it. I want to change up things in life. So one of the things I'd like to do is work for myself and ideally work remotely so I can go anywhere in the world. At the moment, I drive lorries out of Merthyr Tydfil, so I'm kind of stuck to that, But
Yeah.
I enjoy that. I'm not saying I don't, but I think there's something more out there for me. So between me and my partner, we've started a little online clothing company. So
Okay.
we should be pushing that out over the next few weeks. It's been a bit slow coming up. And I've also dabbled with a bit of YouTube. So I'm starting to make videos.
Now, yeah, YouTube. I've watched your videos, and I really like it's you. It's you
Yeah.
driving and just chatting to the camera, and it really gets a sense of you as well. And I think it's a good way of you sort of documenting your journey.
Yeah. It's kind of like journaling. But like I say in the first video, when I'm driving, I'm talking to myself all of the time,
Yeah,
and out aloud, So I thought, why not record it? Why
yeah.
not? Somebody might relate to it. Somebody might take something from it, or
It's how I started my videos.
yeah,
When I started, it was just my ramblings, really. I used to post sort of things as just, just write them and then grew from there, like, and then making videos. So it's, but no, I like it's a good way of journaling, and it puts you under a bit of pressure to do it as well. Because
yeah,
journaling, I know what I'm like with journaling. I'll forget some days, and then
yeah,
it turns into a week, and then it turns into a month. But making videos, there's a little bit of pressure of, oh well, people expect a video.
yeah. But for me, it was, and it still is. It's putting myself out there, which is way out of my comfort zone, like
Yes,
way out.
yeah,
But in the moment when you're recording yourself, it's just you and the camera. So it
yeah,
kind of takes that edge off a little bit, rather than standing on stage or something. So I think that's
yeah.
helping me out in that way. But yeah,
I know,
I'm
and
enjoying it.
Good, good. And glad to hear. I'm looking forward to the next one. When can we look for? When is the next one? No
I'm
pressure.
yeah, I'm sitting on a few videos. I just need to edit them and put them out there. So
Right,
should
there
be
we are then.
this week, hopefully.
Good. Looking forward to it because I'm I'm a big fan of YouTube. As you know, I don't watch telly. I watch YouTube, and it's
Same.
content like yours that I watch.
Yeah, it's I
It's
find YouTube is full of real people doing real things.
real things, yeah,
I find that
and
more interesting.
totally. One day I'll watch somebody forging a sword in the sheds, and the next day it'll be a podcast like this. The next day it'll be something about cars, and I can shoot, but they're not branded things. They're all just people like me and you that have got
Yeah,
together and made content, and I think that's the future.
definitely. I think a lot of people are now leaning towards people rather than brands and
Yeah,
companies. So they're getting that relatable experience and information.
yeah,
And for
totally.
me, there's a few channels I've been watching for a couple of years, and they've been inspiring because it's Joe Blogs from down the road, just with his iPhone making some films. I'm like, well, if he can do it, I can bloody do it. So
Exactly. No, no, and you're dead right there. I'm a big advocate of people making stuff like we're doing now. This is on my phone. This is on your computer. We sitting down in each other's. I'm in my house. You're in your house. But it's so easy to do,
yeah,
and I think people just don't realize how easy it is.
yeah. That's all I use is my iPhone. I've got a car mount that sticks on the windscreen. I do have a tripod that I use sometimes, but that's it.
Have you got a mic?
I have got a mic. Uh, my partner bought me a mic to fit into the iPhone, but when I'm driving, the quality is terrible. So I think I need to invest in a new one, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I sometimes I couldn't hear what you were saying because of the, but I
Yeah,
was surprised it was. I thought you had the mic. I could see that you had a mic on,
yeah.
but I was like,
That video, I recorded the whole thing. I forgot to switch it on, didn't I? Rookie error.
right, because I was like, that sounds like it's from the phone. Like, it's a mic? Is it a mic? That's what I thought. Right, I got to say to you, right? Yeah, mics are important. I've got I can't see nothing. I'm not using a mic now because I got well. Let's say I have. Say I'm using a mic now on this, but I'm learning sound is important. People listening, and I've got one of these little things as well. So that's like
Oh,
a
right.
lapel mic. But
Uh,
I always forget to take it out with me,
yeah, that's the trouble, isn't it?
and I get my
So
inspiration sometimes when I'm out there, and I just think, all right, I'll make a video, and
yeah,
then it's like, yeah. But no, people, but yeah, it's hard for you, I suppose, because the noise of the van.
yeah. So yeah, I tried with the mic, but unfortunately, it's picking up the engine sound of something. So I might have to get a new set, push my budget down a
Yeah,
bit. But
that's
I've had to scrap a few videos because of that. Unfortunately, you can hear me talking, but it's not the
well.
best.
What you can do there is one of the things I learned is say you know what you were saying. You could do a voiceover
Yeah, possibly.
and just use and say it sounds a bit rubbish beer and just do a voiceover.
Yeah, you have me miming like a
Yeah,
terrible
or,
Japanese
or,
dub.
or just take some raw footage of you dry, so that where you go in and those
Mhm.
bits you could put sort of if there's problems with the sound, yeah, just use those bits and do
You
voiceover
know,
because then you're
thanks for
not
the tip.
losing your story then.
Yeah, because a lot of them they're very it just pops in my head at the time. I've got to film it there and then, otherwise it's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah,
'Cause I'll go back to it an hour later and I'm like, Shh, I can't remember what I was talking about, what I was thinking about. So it's very
yeah. I started
spontaneous.
putting notes in my phone, but then I forget that I've written notes in my phone.
Same, exactly the same. I'll write down the title. I'm like, yeah, that'll be a good video, and then go to record it. I'm like, don't
What
know
was
what
I
the hell
thinking
that
at
was
the
about.
time?
So it's got to be spontaneous, otherwise it's gone, it's lost.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know what you mean. Know what you mean. So
But yeah,
it's what's the name of the YouTube channel?
the YouTube channel is Wanderlust Welshie.
Wanderlust Welshie.
Yes.
Right. If anyone go give me a follow. Are you using? I advise use some reels as well. Break them down and use reels.
The shorts, you mean, on YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's a good way of getting people to your channel.
yeah. Yeah, just taking little snippets and things, I guess, and
Yeah,
put
it's a
it in there.
teaser. This is what I'm talking about, and
Yeah,
then
this is the rubbish I'm going to be talking about. Tune in tomorrow.
it
Fingers
is.
crossed.
It's a good way of getting getting them through. So you on TikTok as well, or
No, I'm not on TikTok. There's an Instagram and a YouTube for that. So I just take some photos for the Instagram one.
yeah?
Um, with my driving, I go to some nice locations on some nice days. So I like to take a photo of that,
Oh yeah,
throw that up
you
there.
learn a bit of history. Tell the public.
Sometimes, yeah, I like local history, so I don't know why, but yeah, I do enjoy that. So when I go on some of my walks, I've just put up a walking video a few days ago. Um, I like to know about the area where I'm walking,
Yeah.
and I like sometimes I look at old maps to see if there's anything interesting there. Like maybe it's in the woods, and I go find it out, or just makes walking a little bit more interesting for me, I guess. There's a purpose to the walk,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
It's
Or sometimes it's just somewhere to go and sit and chill and get away from it all.
I know
So
I like walking. It's one of my favorite things, especially out in nature. That's why where I live by the country park.
yeah,
It's perfect. I don't use it enough, in fact. But now the weather's getting a bit better. It's I'll be out in it and
yeah,
even trying to
you
walk
can't
as
beat
much
it.
instead of using the car.
Yeah, and the last 2 days have been absolutely beautiful. And I was up in your neck of the woods this morning enjoying the weather. So over the Annis at the skate park there,
All right.
doing some damage to my knees.
So well, there we are. There's something for us to
Oh,
change the subject on. Is yeah, skating. So basically, you're an old skater boy now.
yes, I guess so. Yeah, I'm in
So
with that lot
was
now.
that your passion growing up, skating,
It
or
was
was
a
it just
hobby.
something that you enjoy doing?
Yeah, something I enjoyed doing wherever I went as a teenager. The skateboard took me there, you know. So until I learned to drive, and then I was able to drive to skate parks and stuff. But as you get older and you got to do life things, adult things, you know, children and stuff, you don't get so much of the time to go do those things. So when I moved back to when I moved to Aberdeen just over 2 years ago, I put on Facebook any older guys into skateboarding, and I had a few responses, which I was surprised at. So I meet up with them now and again and have a roll. It's a good exercise. Nice to get fresh air and socialize, you know?
It is good exercise. I'm not safe on my own 2 feet without a skateboard. I've they've tried to teach me. Lots of
Yeah,
my mates are old skateboarders,
yeah.
and yeah, they've all just said to me, "Yeah, Gay, you just stand by there on the side and watch us." Like, because I am, I'm not safe on my own 2 feet. But I've always admired skating because it is a skill.
Oh
It's
yeah,
the bar because of my dyspraxia and things like that. My balance and everything is all over the place. So but I should love just watching. It's like you're on these 4 little wheels on a piece of wood, and the tricks and you go in at some speed around up and down those things.
yeah.
Blows me away. The thrill and adrenaline you must have while doing that must be yeah, it must be amazing.
Yeah, it can be because sometimes there's a lot of pain involved. You could try a trick 100, 200 times and fall over 100, 200 times before you actually land the trick. And so it's determination involved, as well as, you know, guts, because you're gonna hurt. You know you're gonna
Yeah,
hurt.
well,
Guaranteed.
it's that lesson in life, isn't it? You are
Yeah,
going to fall down 1,000 times, and
yeah,
then all of a sudden it's like, right, that's how you do it.
yeah. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
how it works. But it is a lot harder to land when you're over 40. It hurts a lot more.
you have to get.
But
Do you know those suits? You can get those inflatable suits now for motorbikes, can't you?
all
So
right,
when they crash, it pulls on a bungee and then it inflates.
I'll just leave mine inflated the whole time then.
Yeah, yeah, put it on
Like
as soon
the
as
man.
you put it on. Right, come on in.
I'll
No,
do the man.
I was more of a BMXer I was than a
All right, okay, cool.
skater. I wasn't brilliant on it. Like I was more of I like jumping over things and I
Yeah,
like doing wheelies.
please.
That was my
Nice.
thing. Yeah, it's like jump over that. I'll give it a go. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, as you said, I fell off and hurt myself so many times, but I'd still go up and do it again. As a kid, I didn't. It was just like, oh, right, okay.
yeah. You can just brush it off, can't you?
Yeah, it's just
It
like,
doesn't hit you.
yeah,
You bounce
you know,
when you're a teenager. Don't bounce
big
so much.
grazes up my legs and my arms and on my face, and just like, oh, that's all right. It's a good story to tell the girls. Like,
Yeah, there's a few BMXers come up there as well, so you'll have to check it out one day, maybe on a Sunday, every Sunday, if the weather's
I, I,
nice.
I love a BMX. I won one year. Um,
Yeah,
it's quite a few years ago. So my son's 30, coming up to 32 now, and he must have been about 13, 14. And it was over the Ennis. It was when they launched something over there,
yeah,
with Aberdeen Skate Park and the bike shop in Aberdeen thing. And I won this BMX, and I was like, ah. But at the time, I was like 2 stone heavier than I am now. But I ended up oh, I look after it for you, Dad,
yeah.
and I never seen it ever again.
Ah,
Gutted. I was like, I got a BMX again, but yeah, I'm carrying a little bit too much weight for a BMX these days.
still good fun though, good exercise. But
It
yeah,
is. I prefer to go and ride on my bike up and down the park than
yeah.
run. I can't do running.
No, I'm not a fan of running either.
No, it looks
No,
like it just doesn't look like fun. They always look like they're in pain.
true. My daughter last year was training for a marathon, and we ran from the Savvy Sip up to the country park and back, and it was absolutely chucking it down. And we done 2 miles, and that was it. I was done. 2 miles is enough for me,
No,
especially in the
I'm pretty fast, as in I can sprint,
yeah,
and for me that's good enough because I'm pretty strong as well. So as long as I can keep up with you, and if they get in close, get in chase, I can just pick you up and check you with them, and then I can get away then.
yeah. I think you might be disqualified for that.
Oh no, I only run if I get chased by a lion or something like that. Like, you know
Oh,
what
fair enough.
I mean?
I don't think there's
Yeah.
any lions in the country park, mind, but I'll
This
take
is
your
why
word
I live so close to the country park. I don't have to go running round it. There's no lions. There's probably loads of cougars up there, though.
for that.
Oh dear me. So BMXing and sort of skateboard. So how old were you when you started skateboarding?
13, 14, I think. Yeah, but 13, 14, and I'm 41 now.
13,
So
14.
yeah.
And was it just something that like your mates, as you said, did and you just followed, or
Well, I was living in Australia at the time.
all
So
right?
I prior to that I lived in a very small village in the valleys, and that was my world. And moving
Yeah.
to Australia as a young teenager just blew my mind. All the different music, like different cultures, the different way of living, and it was just like wow. So that yeah, like that opened up my mind, and I got into rock music and all that kind of culture. So the
Yeah,
clothing and the skateboarding was very big at the time. So I
right.
just went out and bought one, and haven't stopped since, really.
Well, I didn't know that. Had you told me that before? But living in Australia?
Oh, maybe, maybe not. I haven't got a clue.
Well, see, you learn something every day's a school day. You learn
Every
something
day's a
new
school
every
day.
day. So what was that like being sort of moved from sort of living in the valleys? Because where was you living originally in the valleys?
I was living in a little village called Abertwysog, which
So
is
a
not far
proper
from
little
Rumney.
village then, really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Two shops, two pubs, a
Yeah.
Chinese.
And then moving from that to Australia. So what was how did that sort of occur?
Uh, well, obviously, my parents, me and my parents, moved there when I was 11, and I came back when I was 15. So we was there for 4 years. Um, but yeah, it was a huge culture shock for me, mainly in a positive way, because, like
Yeah.
I said, it opened up my mind to there's a bigger world out there.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't want to come back, really. I didn't want to come back. Um, but yeah, it was going from one school to another school to another school was a bit, I wouldn't say traumatic, but it was difficult, especially being a quiet kid. So that part
Yeah.
of it was a bit rubbish, but I did find a good group of friends who I still speak to today. Um, but yeah, it just blew my mind going from a tiny village to a small city and
Yeah.
experiencing all those different cultures, different races, and music styles, and the way the world worked was just amazing.
So yeah, it's good that you've taken the positives out of it all.
Yeah,
And then, but then I suppose, as you said, at the age of 14, 15, you came back to live in the valleys again. And that, again, that must have been as much as a sort of culture shock than moving to Australia at the age of 11, because by the time you're 14, you're kind of finding yourself.
yeah, I guess kind of finding yourself. Yeah, I suppose I got to 13, and like I discovered skateboarding, rock music, hip hop, and I can go out and buy my own kind of clothing, and I started dyeing my hair different colors. So I guess I was getting an identity for myself at that age.
Yeah.
And yeah, the friends I had back in Wales when I came back at 15, we just didn't gel at all. We'd grown our different ways. Because we were still pen pals back then, the old writing a letter, putting the mail kind of
Yeah.
thing for the internet. So we were still talking via letters, but when we met up when I came back, it was like, yeah, we're different people now. So I had to go find a new group of friends.
New group of people.
Yeah,
Yeah, I suppose you would sort of moved to a to a different sort of mindset to them, and that's hard because, as you said, it's these are your mates. These you've stayed mates all this time. You made the effort to write to each other, and then to
yeah,
come back home and go, actually, I've kind of outgrown you,
yeah, yeah. It wasn't
or
overly
each other
sad, but
really. Perhaps just
yeah,
outgrown
yeah.
each other.
They went on their own path, after we finished high school, and I went my way, and that's absolutely fine. That's life, isn't it?
It
But
is. It is.
I still speak to the people in Australia that I went to school with, so that's amazing. I knew them for say 3 years of my life, but that was nearly 30 years ago. So we're still connected. So that's kind of cool, I think.
That's brilliant. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And there's not many people that I was in school with that I'm in contact with these days. So that's really good. So you
yeah,
get back to Wales and you find, right, shit. I've my mates. I've we've outgrown each other. what happens then? Where do you go? You, as you said, you've got a different outlook on life. You've got to find your new people. How did
Yeah,
that sort of go forward?
I found the kids in school that hang around the smokers corner, even though I didn't smoke myself, but I was in with that crowd, and we went to see bands and skateboarding and all that kind of thing. But I don't talk to any of them even now since we left school. That went different
Yeah,
ways. At the age of 16, 17, I fell into a relationship. Um, so I think most of the time then was just spent in that
yeah,
relationship, bringing up kids, and just life happens, and basically that was that then.
yeah. It's sort of yeah, that just molds into each other then, and it does. Yeah, and then this is now why you're on the path that you're on now, is to find you again, really.
Yeah, because the original plan was I'd go back to Wales, finish school, get a job, and then when I'm 18, I'm off back to Australia, where the sunshine is. But obviously, falling into a relationship, etc., that kind of went by the wayside. And
Yeah, I reckon
you kind of
I know that pattern.
yeah, you kind of kick yourself. But I've got two beautiful daughters, so
Exactly, exactly.
I wouldn't change that for the world. But yeah,
So would no,
go on.
go on.
I don't know what I was going to say next.
Yeah. So would you consider going? I know that you're in a happy relationship now, and
Yes,
but would you both consider going to Australia to
I would. She's not so
live?
keen.
There was no amino R in then. You were boom, boom, boy. I'm there, boy. Yeah, give me that
Yeah,
ticket.
no, I love the place, but we have talked about moving away. We both just want to go somewhere where the weather's nicer, basically. Um,
Yeah,
so we're open to the discussion. It could be Europe, and if it's warm there and there's skate parks there, then I'll probably be a happy man. So
and if it's warm there and they haven't got a skate park there, then you
mm,
can get one
build
done there.
yeah, build
Yeah.
one. If they got a beach, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
funny.
getting to that sort of thing now. Like I've got my children and my grandchildren, but again, the world is so accessible at the moment.
Yeah,
Uh, a flight, well, there we are. My partner Tina last week, she was in where did she go? Um, Copenhagen or something like that for the weekend, and it was
nice.
cheaper to go there, sort of fly on a Friday, stay Friday night, do some shopping on Saturday, and then fly back Saturday afternoon. And it
Yeah,
was cheaper than going for a night in Cardiff.
it's crazy because we've been looking at holidays to Sardinia, I
Yeah,
think it is Italy, and you can pay the same price for a week in a caravan in Tenby or an
yeah,
Airbnb in Tenby.
yeah.
And it's like,
It's
to me, this
crazy.
is no competition. I know where I'd rather go. Not that there's anything wrong with
Yeah,
Tenby, but for that
no.
price,
But at that price, it's like, yeah, all right. I jump on a plane. It takes me 2 hours. I'm there. A couple of days. There we go.
yeah,
I'm back. And this, yeah, I'm all for these city hops as well. There's some
yeah.
really good ones out there. Um, mm, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I want to go to. I really want to go to Mexico. I don't know
Ooh,
why, but I want to go
nice.
to Mexico, and either Mexico or Egypt.
Right, okay. See the
So
pyramids? Oh,
next year, that's going to be my goal. That's my vision.
nice.
I don't know why. It's the mystery of the places, I think.
Yeah. So are you
Yeah,
into like the history there, or
yeah. I'm big into. I love history. History is what makes us. And I'm really interested in history, as in sort of alternative history as well.
okay.
I like to sort of, but it all sort of comes from Egypt, really. My gran used to have these encyclopedias of Egypt when I was young, and
Yeah.
we used to sit down and go through them, and so I had this thing about Egypt, and what are they? Did aliens build it, or and all these kind of it was, and then and then she introduced me then to the Aztecs and all those kind of
Yeah.
things. So it's always been, yeah, the mystery. Who were these people?
Oh, wow, cool. Nice. Yeah, I think Mexico would be a good one.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
go to Peru and go to Machu Picchu for the simple reason is I'm far too lazy to walk all that
woke
distance.
up.
Yeah,
It's too busy there anyway, I've heard.
yeah. If they're doing helicopter rides, yeah, all right, I'll go for that. Like,
Fair
but
enough.
I ain't walking all there, and you can just about
Fair enough.
breathe when you get up there, apparently. So no, I won't be able to breathe at the bottom. Never mind at the top. No,
Yeah,
I
some
would
nice
like to
big.
go to these places.
Yeah. I have this lust for exploring the world. I just wish I had the funds to do it. But yeah,
This is yeah, but I
this is
think
it.
you're going down the right track of as we've spoken about before, um, of that self-reliance, and it's not stepping out of that 9 to 5
Yeah,
and
yeah,
having that reliance of somebody telling you to do something and they make all the money when you are
yeah,
quite capable of doing it yourself,
yeah, definitely.
and seeing the profits and being able to travel and do it from your laptop,
Yeah, yeah.
most of it,
I, I, I've
and
always wanted that. I
yeah,
mean,
and I
I've got a
think,
good. Go on.
pardon?
I've got a good job. I love my job, and it's something I always wanted to do. I've been doing it a year and a half, and now I want to switch things up again, which is it's a bit frustrating.
But
But
you do it. I think you're doing it in the right way, where you start in this huge. It's a travel thing, so you can take that on the road when you just because you're in your lorry doing it now. You can the next trip you do abroad or next trip you do in this country. You
yeah,
documenting them as well. So it's
yeah,
it could go anywhere.
yeah. That's the plan. I want to buy a new van. I want to get a van again this year to go and travel around a bit. So fingers crossed the next month or two, and then I'm going to document that.
Cool, good, good. Because yeah, there's as again you doing the same. I love watching real people doing things. Do you watch? So what kind of things do you watch then when you're watching YouTube?
Oh, at the moment, it's all like van life stuff.
Van life.
Yeah, because I'm just jealous of everybody else. Like that should
Uh,
be me.
well, yeah, but they are good at because I watch them. People, especially people sort of renovating their vans first,
Mm,
watching them doing that, and then going out on their adventures.
yeah,
And some people are ingenious, and I talk
yeah,
how they sort of renovate a little van, or even sometimes sort of a people carrier.
yeah,
It's like because I think it's cheaper to have a people carrier than it is on insurance than it is from a van or something like that. So is it? And it's just like, oh my God, you got everything you need,
yeah.
and now you
Me,
can have a rooftop tent as well to go with it, so you got even more luxury.
me and Keris was watching this guy in America living in his car. We watched a few episodes, and he'd park in the car park outside work, and he had a toilet in there. He had his laptop and desk and his little cooker. It was very cramped, but he made it work for himself. I thought that's just amazing. That is amazing.
And I think when you're traveling, well, we all want a bit of luxury, we all do. But
Yeah,
it's just taking those little things like that. It's like, well, yeah, the convenience of just pulling over somewhere and just going to sleep and
yeah,
having, I can have my food, but it's a sort of, yes, it's an adventure you're having.
yeah. Definitely an adventure. And some of the ones we watch, they live in their vans full time, and I just think, how am I going to get all of my stuff in that bloody van? But then I guess it's good to get rid of all the crap that you seem to stock up on, and
Yeah,
bring it back
no,
to
it
being
is.
necessities. So I definitely think there's a bit of that in there. But yeah,
That's how
they
storage wars get so many people so much money because everyone's sold their house. They put all this stuff in storage and go out their camper vans and forgetting to pay.
yeah, probably is. I mean, it's when you empty your attic, you're thinking, Jesus, where'd I get all this shit from?
Oh, yeah.
You put
Do
stuff
you
up
know what?
there, you never get it back out.
I genuinely, right, about 4 years ago, my daughter and my sister, they came up and they went through my attic. I've lived here now 26 years.
Oh
And
wow,
so it was 26 years of shit up there. And they got rid of a load. I'd said, right, I'd kind of gone up there, moved some stuff around, leave that corner. I'll go through all these, but I haven't. But it's every time I go up there, I have a nervous breakdown. Just the thought of going through everything and
yeah,
going, oh. It's like, no, really, I should just get rid of it all
yeah,
because I'm not seeing it. I don't even know it. I forget that it exists.
yeah.
It's up
That's
there.
yeah. I mean, if you wanted it that bad, you would have it in
Yeah,
your living room
I'd
or
have it
somewhere.
down here with me, with the
Yeah,
rest of my shit.
yeah. Well, recently, I obviously back in the 90s, early 2000s, I would buy CDs every week, CDs. But they've just been in a box for years because Spotify now, isn't it? Everything's Spotify,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm gonna have to get rid of these. So it took me about a year to sift through them, and I donated them to my daughter to look after. So they kind of still
Oh, you clever,
peripheral.
you clever. Oh, you clever man. Like,
But I think I've kept like a handful of special ones, But it was so hard to get rid of them.
oh,
But they're just sitting there gathering dust.
no, my Tina told me today. Actually, I'm trying to sort of my front room, and I've got CDs, as you said, piles and piles of them.
Yeah,
Because I used to do the radio, I used to buy CDs all the time for different things, and they just all there now piled up, and DVDs. The amount of DVDs I've got, and she's like, "What are you doing with them, Gare?" And I'm like, "It's nostalgic just to look at them." Like, she goes, "Get rid of them." And I'm like, I know, but I have. It's something I've got to do because yeah, I don't touch them.
no,
I use like Amazon or Spotify to listen to my music. In the
yeah,
car, I do listen to CDs in the car, but I got to pack. But they're in the car. Those ones,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
things we
It's
hold on
funny
to
how
sometimes, isn't it?
it's the things that we hang on to unnecessarily. I think we attach a lot of sentimental value to objects, and I guess some are definitely worth keeping because
Yeah,
they bring up good memories and emotions and feelings.
definitely.
I think most of the stuff we keep is just unnecessary junk that we carry around with us. And
No,
I've
it
moved.
is.
I've moved 4 times, I think, in the like 2.5 years, and I've had to carry it all with me every time. And it's God,
Yeah, time to downscale.
yeah, less junk,
I'm
less.
with you there. Yeah, I've definitely got to do that. Oh, hang on a minute. I thought somebody commented then. Um, no, it is amazing, and I've now I'm coming to realize because she says, I said I could literally though tomorrow pack a bag and walk away from it all.
Yeah,
And she said, no, you wouldn't. I said, no, I could. I said because it would be some fucker else's problem.
that's not
I
nice.
wouldn't have to deal with it all. I said, but I could be quite happily start afresh with just a bag of stuff, but a bag of clothes, bits and pieces. As you said, there's some things that do mean things to you. I said, but grab two bags, and I could because yeah, most of it is just shit that I've collected for the last 26 years, and
Yeah,
because as you know, when you move in on your own initially and you
yeah,
got nothing, people donate stuff to you.
mm,
Oh, do you need a table? Yeah, okay. Do you need this? Oh, yeah, yeah. And you keep saying yes, even when you don't need those things because you feel guilty or saying no because they're offering you something for nothing, and then you end up with a house full of things you don't want.
Well, my mother's a little bit of a hoarder, and every time I go up there, she tries to give me something. She's got like 4 or 5 Hoovers. Do you want this Hoover? No, I'm fine, thanks. Every time, but she just loves going to charity shops and buying things, and then she wants to try and get rid of the rest of the junk with me. I'm like, I don't want it.
See, this is it. I've stopped lately going to charity shops because I feel compelled to buy something when I'm there.
Yeah.
I've had some amazing deals, especially in clothes wise. That's what I usually buy. But the amount of I need to just I need to downscale my clothes as well. And
I like a good car boot.
Yeah, I've only got a
Enjoy
small
it.
boot in my car though. No, I wouldn't mind doing a car boot. I wouldn't mind. I used to do them years ago, and I used to enjoy the whole process of doing a car boot, haggling with people over 50 pence. Like,
Yeah. Crazy things we do.
yeah. So, what is on the horizon for you now? Then it's obviously the YouTube channel,
YouTube channel.
and
This
so we
Etsy shop.
yeah. So what
You know
the
what else?
let's pop onto the Etsy shop. What is what is this? What is your Etsy shop?
It's called Welsh Soul Creations. It was something me and Keris thought up. I think it was in January, just to design some funny T-shirts or some spiritual Welsh twist T-shirts,
Right?
and just throw them on Etsy and see if anything comes of it. Really, nothing too serious, but it was good fun coming up with the designs and stuff, So, but
Yeah,
it's a nice learning curve for me to figure out how all these online things work. So if
I'm with
nothing
you
comes
there.
of it, nothing comes of it. But I think it's good experience,
It
Um,
is, especially in this new modern world. As you said, it's a sort of everything is online, whether we
everything is,
like it or not.
yeah,
And if we don't join it, we'll just lose out.
we'll fall behind, I think. But it's like
Yeah,
what you were saying earlier about the 9 to 5 thing, is even though I've been in that lifestyle for most of my working life, I've always wanted to do my own thing and not be stuck in that kind of
yeah,
routine. I want to make my own money. I want to make as much as I want to make at the time that I want to make it. I don't want to be stuck into a routine in a certain place and be capped at what I can earn unless I do overtime. So I think this is just one of those little projects that's popped in my head that I'll give it a go and see what happens.
Well, exactly, and I'm always I'm a big supporter of people sort of trying new things and going out there and saying
Yeah,
no, well, it's better to give it a go
yeah,
and fail than not
yeah,
give it a go because then you fail straight away there. You haven't
yeah,
learned anything.
yeah. Very
But
true.
by going and having a go, as you said, you're learning the process of how this online market works, and you could use it in other ways. That like doing when your YouTube channel is sort of up there, you got your merch channel then already sorted. Like, do you know what I mean?
See, method to my madness. Over the years, I've had a few little side projects I've tried to start and never got anywhere. So it's always been a niggle to me. I, I was a freelance web developer for about 9 years at one point,
Right.
so that was quite fun working from home. But it just wasn't consistent enough for me financially, unfortunately.
So, web developer. So, is that sort of building websites and things like that? Is it or?
Yeah, basically just building
But
websites
then
for.
again, that's still an arm that you could use.
Yeah, definitely.
And I
I
think
have
these
tried.
little things are important, these little skills that we build up. We may not use them every day, but it's a skill set that you've got that you can always sort of fall back on.
Yeah. I mean, it's come in handy recently with my partner, Kara. She's just started her own business, dog walking. She needed a website, so built her a website, So, you learn these things and you don't really unlearn them. So it's
No,
always
no,
it's always good to learn things. You might forget certain bits, but it's like you say, it's a skill.
it
It's a
is.
skill that
It
comes
is.
in handy one day.
Definitely is. So we know each other mainly, on a day-to-day basis now through our sort of spiritual connection, shall we say?
Yes, true.
Um, and in fact, excuse me. In fact, we're all meeting up tomorrow night. It'd be nice to see everyone. We haven't seen each other
Yeah,
since bowling at Christmas,
been a while.
and yeah, it has been a while. And I'm really glad that you pushed the boat out there and said, right then, when are we doing this? Because we've been
Yeah,
saying these things for a while now. So yeah, it's so but I'm glad that you took the lead.
yeah. I was missing your company, so I was missing that
Ah,
connection, especially over winter. I don't leave the house because I hate winter, and my mood went down quite a bit, and I was just thinking we all need to meet up, even if it's just for
yeah,
a chin wag and a cup of tea.
yeah,
That
yeah,
social connection.
yeah. And no, I'm really glad, and I think it's it's I'd say 6 months ago you wouldn't have taken the lead
Oh no,
like
no,
that.
definitely not.
You wouldn't have done that. So I just wanted to sort of point that out as a to showing you how far you've come in the last 6 months as well. Of
Yeah, well,
you've gone, yeah, I wanted to, yeah, I think we should do that. Right, boys, let's get together and do that.
yeah, let's sort it out.
Yeah, and yeah, it'd be nice to see everyone. And there's a new men's spiritual workshop starting on the 20 something of March, the Thursday. I think it could be the 22nd or something like that. I don't know. I'm terrible at dates. Um, yeah, so I'm quite looking forward to that because we built such a good friendship group out of the last one.
Yeah,
And I wouldn't mind if you say if yourself or any of the guys want to sort of come in on the new sessions and and be a part of it. That'd be great because I think these are something that we're going to be doing as a group as well.
yeah. It'd be nice to see some new people and talk to them on their journeys and where they're at and everything. And I think the more people that get together and share their experiences and stories and knowledge, better for all of us, really.
No, it totally is because we realize, hang on a minute, I'm not alone. There are other people
Yeah,
going through very similar things to me. It's just that because we don't share our stories with anyone. It's
yeah,
just like, oh, this is only happening to me. And yeah, that's the one thing that I found that I've seen that everyone in the large group, it's the community that we've started to build is we did have some amazing big ideas to begin with, and I think we can still achieve those things. But
yeah,
I think it just takes a little bit than more people to for that to work.
yeah.
So yeah, but it's the oh we have had a comment from Pam Rowlands. Would this be your mother?
No, that'd be my cousin.
That'll be your cousin. Have
Yeah,
mine who, she says.
have mine what?
Have mine who. No, I think she's referring to your mum giving you things.
Oh right, Hoover. No,
Hoover and things like
we've
that.
got
Have
one. We
mine
don't need any more.
who. I know sometimes it takes a while for the comments to come through, and we would have moved on from the conversation we would have in is trying to match which yeah,
Oh,
CD. Oh, her
CDs.
CDs.
No,
Her
I don't want any
CDs, look.
CDs.
Take him down the charity shop. Give the charity shop. And then you can buy them back for 5p each then.
Yeah. Oh my god. I remember taking stuff to the local charity shop, and my mother went up there and bought them back. one time I was, oh man, honest to God, she's a
Oh,
woman. But yeah,
oh, that's funny.
it'd be great to get some meet some new people and help them, and obviously they can help us if they're further along, or because
Yeah,
like you say, and you definitely feel alone sometimes, or you feel like you're going crazy, I guess. And
yeah,
there's not that many people out there, especially men, who you can relate to. And I
yeah.
have tried bringing up certain conversations with certain people, and they're just like,
Oh,
talking about, you
yeah.
know, they're just not on the same level, I guess, which is
No,
absolutely fine, of course. But to find another person or people that you can talk to is just amazing.
it is,
Especially,
and
especially with men as well, because there's a lot of women into spirituality, and I, I guess a lot of people see it as a feminine type thing.
yeah.
Um,
Well, it's one of the reasons why I started the men's group. Really, is because I was, was going to things, and I was the only guy there usually. And even though I was always felt, made to feel welcome, I always felt out of place.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And I was like, well, if I'm feeling this, there's bound to be other guys in the same boat as me that
yeah,
won't go to stuff like this, because it's like, well, yeah, what are they thinking of me? Do they think, well, you do,
yeah,
we do, and then it was suggested by Dylan. Well, they'd asked me in the old Sacred Spirit to start one up, but at the time I was pretty busy, and then when Dylan took over, I had a chat with him, and he was like, "Oh, let's do it together. Let's start one. Start in the shop now." He said, "No, right, somebody's going to help. Yes, okay, yeah, come on, let's do it." Because it was quite a lot to take on as just sort of first time.
yeah. I can
Right,
imagine.
everyone, come in, sit down, and let me tell you all about spirituality. Even though
Yeah,
I am a very confident person, and I'm a coach, and it's my job. Sometimes it's just a thought of, who am I to be telling you what spirituality is? But then that's why I'm the person to talk about it as well, because I'm going through it together, and that's what it turned into, is us all sharing our stories and how we are finding it, and I think it found itself just
it,
right.
yeah. I think it went really well. Obviously, you had um, some material to read from and explain certain things to us. And then when we all discussed certain aspects of it was a joint thing rather than just you being there kind of preaching or being some sort of guru. You obviously are the man with the knowledge, but yeah, it was definitely a group discussion, and we bouncing ideas and thoughts and everything off one another. I thought it worked perfectly.
Yeah, no, and yeah, and fingers crossed now. Yeah, we'll have the same. So I've learned lots of lessons from that now, taken into the next one. As I said, that first one, it was sort of, and I'm doing more sort of workshops. I got a workshop coming up now on the on the 13th. If anyone wants to come to it, um, it's a good one. It's a good one. Be the
Is it?
star of your life. So it's about,
Yeah,
it's basically, do you know, the concept that we've spoken about before, where look at your life as a if you're going to write a film about yourself,
yeah, that's a
the
good one.
person you want to be, build that character, and that's what this workshop's about. It's yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. Should be cool. So what's apart from tomorrow night, then what have we got planned the rest of the week?
Work. Um, Gosh, what is on this week? I don't think there's anything really planned this week, to be honest with you.
No,
Hopefully, a video too will be going up. A bit
that's
more
what I
work in
wanted to hear.
the Etsy shop. Hopefully, I get into that this week as well. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping the weather's going to stay like this, and I can get out and do some walking and some filming.
Yeah, and
Fingers
you
crossed.
know, any help I can give, you know, more than happy to. It's all
Thank you
about
very much.
sharing at the end of the day, you know. If
Sharing is
and that's why
caring.
it is, it is. This is why I do things like this. It's, you know, having conversations with real people and sort of helping each other.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Um, yeah, awesome. That's my week. I guess nothing planned this week. Not too busy.
Not too busy. I like it. So yeah, get some more videos up like that, and then look at the website and stuff. Yeah, cool. There's some constructive things there. So again, give everyone if they want to find you, how do they find you?
On YouTube, it's Wanderlust Welshie, and on Instagram as well is at Wanderlust Welshie, and the Etsy store is Welsh Soul Creations.
There we go. You
That's
know
basically it.
where to find him. Where to find him. Again, thank you, Hugh, for coming on. We see. I said we'd do an hour, didn't I? It'll take us a couple of minutes now to wrap up, and then
No way.
and then it'll be an hour. Gone like that. Gone like that.
Flown
But
by.
yeah. So is there I forgot what I was gonna say then. I don't know. It's gone. I'll keep it for tomorrow. Whatever
Keep
it
it for
is, I'll
tomorrow.
keep it for
Yes.
tomorrow. So we will say goodnight. You stay where you are. There's gonna be an outro going, and then we'll have a
Cool.
quick chat then once that finishes, be about 40 seconds.
No
So
worries.
again,
Thank you
thank
very
you
much for having
to
me on.
everyone that's listened. We got 3 people currently watching. Brilliant. We've had and oh, I like that.
Yes.
Live, watching live. I like it. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back again, I think, next week, next Sunday. I think Dylan is coming on next Sunday.
Nice.
It's
Cool.
either Dylan or Nigel Evans will be a friend of mine. Nigel Evans will be coming on, but we will be back next Sunday. Right. So good night. God bless whoever your God may be, and yeah, light and love, and keep smiling.